What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim A's back at you from New York City. I had an amazing trip out to Arizona. Got to hang out with a couple of my buddies that moved out there. Went hiking, went to the Renaissance Fair, hit up a couple of clubs and bars, ate a lot of junk food while I was there. I got to experience the entire West Coast, all the exclusive chains from Dairy Queen to Whataburger to In-N-Out Burger and everything in between. It was a great time. I'm back on my cut right now, back into my regular gym routine. And it's been great being back as well. Although I do miss Arizona very much. What an incredible state. What a great trip. Can't wait to get back there again soon. I have a product here that I've been wanting to review for the past couple of months. I've been sitting on this one for a very, very long time. This product comes to us from Krato Supps, which is a sister company to Socalsupps. The guys that brought us the legendary Wildfire, which if you guys haven't watched my top 10 pre-workouts of 2023 going into 2024, spoiler alert guys, it got the #1 spot because Wildfire is absolutely incredible. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, which I'm assuming most of you have, but if you haven't, I'm going to link it down below in the video description. You can check that out, as well as other popular videos that I released. So I want to talk about this product today, guys, and this one is none other than Cerberus. Oh yeah, Cerberus from Krato Supps. This is a very simplistic looking tub. It looks like something that somebody printed out on Microsoft Paint and printed it out at Staples. But you know what, guys? Who cares? Who cares what the label looks like? As long as this product has the goods inside it and it gets us training harder and more enthusiastically than last time, that's all that really matters. And this one does claim the MHA on label. 2-amino, that good old 2-amino that gets us going, gets us happy, raises the mood and gets us euphoric, gets us in a trance-like state of mind, training harder than we ever had before. So I'm going to read this label to you guys and I'm going to tell you everything about this product. Today was my third time running this pre-workout. I have been sitting on this one for a very long time and I took a couple of days off the stimulants and I got to tell you, this thing really hits. So let's get straight to it. We start off with servings per container, and we actually have 30 in here, which is pretty crazy. It's almost unheard of in this day and age to get 30 genuine servings in a high stim pre-workout, because most of these labels we're going to get are going to have the 40-20 nonsense. If we're lucky, we're going to get 25, but it usually doesn't go higher than 25 servings. So the fact that we're getting 30 in here is really nice. And this is a really heavy, hefty tub. So right off the bat, I can tell that there's 30 genuine servings in here. Serving size is 1 scoop, and that is going to yield 15.87 grams. Okay, so close to 16 grams. Not too crazy over the top, not on the low end, right down the middle. So I like that. The flavor I have here is mango raz, and I gotta say the flavor is pretty decent. It goes down pretty smoothly. It doesn't have too much of that synthetic flavor. Obviously, you're gonna have a little bit, but not to the point where you're throwing up afterwards and you have to chug a lot of water and chew a gum. It goes down pretty smooth. It's actually pretty decent. So let's get down to the actual label. We begin with L-citrulline at 6,000 milligrams, so a nice dose, nothing too crazy, but 6 grams of L-citrulline, pure L-citrulline, is going to be more than enough to get the pumps going, help with the blood flow, blood oxidation, and all that other fun stuff. 3,000 milligrams of beta-alanine for the tingles, agmatine sulfate at 1,000 milligrams for the additional pumps, taurine at 1,000 milligrams for the focus, strength output, a nice all-around ingredient. Caffeine anhydrous, 350 milligrams. Really solid. I like 350. For me, anywhere from 300 to 400 is perfect. You don't have to go more than 400. And here's where it gets a little funny. We have L-theanine at 350 milligrams, so at a 1-to-1 ratio with the caffeine, which is a little bit of an odd choice. But if you guys watched my Wildfire review, which I reviewed that one months ago, one of the first reviews I did for the channel, you guys know that that also had the L-theanine at a 1-to-1 ratio with the caffeine, and it made no impact whatsoever on the product. Wildfire is a top tier pre-workout, so it could be there's less L-theanine in here than they claim, or maybe it's a weaker version of it. Who knows? Maybe there's no L-theanine and they're just putting it on the label for the hell of it. Who knows? We don't know that what actually is written on here is in the actual tub. We don't know that for sure. I mean, I know I don't. You don't either. So who knows? But that brings us to the main ingredient, the star of the show, and that, of course, is the 2-amino, aka the MHA, 200 milligrams. Very nice, solid dose. And if this is anything like the DMHA in Wildfire or Cali Mamba, then we know we're in for a good time. We have bioperine, which is black pepper extract, at 10 milligrams, just to help with the absorption, to get all the ingredients flowing into your body efficiently. And lastly, we have Rudolphia extract, also known as Alpha-Yo, standardized at 90%. 2 milligrams. So overall, a very simple label, very minimalist, only about 8 ingredients or so, nothing too crazy, nothing too over the top. You guys know that High Stim Ace always prefers a minimalist approach. I love the labels that have under 10 ingredients. I don't think you need to have 14, 15, heck, 18 ingredients in a pre-workout to have it effective. The last review I did from Arizona, if you guys haven't seen that, check it out, was the Fenta 1-3 Fat Burner capsules, which for me, it's more of an incredible energy pill as opposed to a fat burner. That thing gives you crazy energy, and there's literally 4 ingredients in that entire capsule. So sometimes labels overdo it with the ingredients and with the efficacious doses and all that other fun stuff. It's fun to look at these complex, convoluted labels, but really, realistically, do you really need all those ingredients to have an effective workout? The answer is no, in my opinion. Before I break down my experience with this product, running it 3 times, don't forget to drop that like button, share the video with a fellow Stim junkie or a fitness enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. So I remember the very first time I ran this product, which was a couple of months ago, maybe like 2.5 months ago. Like I said, I've been sitting on this one for a while. I only opened it about 2.5 months ago. The very first time I ran it, I was running back and biceps. I remember because I was on the lat pull down machine and I had my dumbbell and my easy bar with me because I like to work in a circuit style training. So I'm going to hit the lat pull downs. I'm going to work a couple of reps, get a good set going, and then I'm going to go straight into the curls afterwards. I always like working the same body parts that get utilized together. So if I'm working back or shoulders, I'm going to throw in biceps as well. That's just how I do it. If I'm working chest, I'm going to throw in triceps right afterwards to get the most out of that workout. It only makes sense. So I remember taking the drink about maybe 10 minutes before I got to the gym. I have about a 20-minute walk, maybe a little bit less. So in the middle of my walk, when I was about 10 minutes away, I shot the drink. Like I said, it was a good flavor, nothing too crazy, went down pretty smoothly. And I was walking to the gym, went downstairs, got changed, and started heading up. And as soon as I started walking up the stairs, I really started feeling that buzz coming through, that very familiar buzz. If you guys have taken Wildfire or Cali Mamba, very, very, very similar feeling, almost cannot be differentiated, but that good, clean, pure DMHA, that good lab-made DMHA, none of that Jugglin's Regia nonsense. This is the real deal. I started feeling it right off the bat. I'm telling you guys, like 15 minutes or so, and it just, I started pushing or pulling, if I'm being more specific, but it just went up and up and up. With every set, I was more and more invested into the workout. That buzz was so nice. I had a really great sense of highness, a euphoria, and the music just sounded so freaking incredible, guys. I wouldn't call it a happy euphoria. This was more of an aggressive euphoria. There's definitely a bit of aggression in there, a sense of urgency, let's get shit done kind of vibe, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know that you're going to take this pre-workout and you're going to do what you came there to do, and that is pump those weights and ultimately become a better, more perfect version of yourself. I was on that machine for like a good 30 minutes. I must have hit about 8 sets, maybe even more. I lost track of time, and one of my buddies came through during that first time, and I was chatting with him a little bit, maybe 3-4 minutes, but it's not that it made me antisocial, but I really was so focused and so zoned in on my workout and on my mission at hand that I didn't really want any distractions. Yeah, it was great running into my gym buddy, but, we chatted for 2-3 minutes, and I told him, listen, I got to get back to it. So the workout was incredible. I crushed back, biceps, and shoulders that day. I think I even threw in a little bit of legs during the last 20-25 minutes, and it was just incredible. I would say there was a mild crash, nothing too crazy. Just, you're pushing hard, you're training for 2 hours, you're going to have a natural tiredness that comes about after that workout. So I can't really say if the crash was from the chemicals in the pre-workout itself or if it was just from the fact that you're pushing and straining your body and really going past your limit, or a combination of the both. But either way, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I personally don't have an issue with quote-unquote crashing after a workout because a lot of these high stims, it affects people's sleep in a negative way. It's going to keep you awake at night. Like Excelsior is a prime example of that. I'll take Excelsior in the evening, 5-6 o'clock. I won't be able to fall asleep. But with this kind of pre-workout, the ones that does give you a little bit of that crash, I'm okay with it because I usually train in the evenings. I come home, I'm going to have my dinner, going to chill for an hour or two, and I'm going to bed. I got to be up for work early the next morning. So I personally have no issue if 9:30, I start getting sleepy, and by 10:15, I'm out cold. I have no issue with that whatsoever, especially since I have to be up at 6:45, 7 o'clock on most days. So a little bit of a crash, I would say a very mild appetite suppression, not on the level of wildfire. Wildfire, man, the appetite suppression on that thing is crazy. Cali Mamba also to a certain extent, but wildfire is just, man, you don't even want to think about food. Even if you had a 2.5 hour workout, food's the last thing you're thinking about. You're going to have a protein shake, and you're going to be good for 6 hours after that. With this one, there was a mild appetite suppression, nothing too crazy. But like I mentioned, there is that slight crash that comes afterwards, and I did experience that also the other 2 times. But in fairness, each time I took this product, I pushed myself beyond my limit, and it was always during the evening time where I was training. So you're getting a 2-hour session, you're going to push, and you're going to come home, eat a little bit, and you're going to pass out. There's nothing wrong with that. I really enjoyed it. It's a great experience. And there's no jitters, there's no heart palpitations, no shortness of breath, none of the negative, nasty side effects that come with the high stim pre-workout usage. I will say though that, this is that good DMHA stuff, and I'm going to borrow a line from my good friend GGH. Shouts out to the main homie, Garage Gym homie, the PP Tingle scale. That thing is definitely real. And if you're trying to get busy later that night, don't bet on it. Maybe take a different pre-workout, because this is going to make things complicated. So I'm going to leave it at that. You can grab this incredible pre-workout over at NutriCartel.com. Don't forget to use my discount code ACE15. It's going to save you 15% on your entire order, as well as help support this channel. A lot of people are using the codes, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You can also grab this on Socalsupps.com, but I'm not affiliated with them, so you guys make your choice. Thank you so much for tuning into this review. I know I rushed it a little bit, but that's because I have things to do today, and I had to make it brief and to the point. Take care, everybody. Till next time, Stim Ace, signing off.